Welcome to the pop4radio, how to complete your essay, outline, and presentation. The first thing you need to do is work on your outline, and that's the stage at which you're a hunter-gatherer. What you want to do is choose a topic that you have some affinity for, something that you're going to actually love and probably know something about. That's because you're going to be working with this topic for quite some time. You can't use music for this topic, primarily because you're taking a course with Peter Morin in January called The History of Rock and Roll, and we don't want to duplicate our courses. And you'll be taking a course with me on the history of advertising, so you can use one ad and one public service announcement only. Where to start looking? Well, the best place and the first place to look is what you already know. Use your own brain. So when I say that, what I'm saying is you probably know some pop culture texts surrounding the topic that you've chosen. If you chose, let's say, the zombies, then you probably already like zombie movies. You've probably seen quite a few of them, that kind of thing. So you want to start with what you already know. Then you can move on to Google. When you look in Google, be creative about it. If you just key in the word zombies, you might find quite a bit, but if you then went on to key in the undead, you would probably find even more. Here's an example of what we're going to do at the hunting stage. This is for the outline. So what I did was I went online and I found a variety of posters, websites, cartoons, artwork, flags, culture jamming, tattoos. I went on and I found one piece of music, which is a spoof of Margaritaville, other posters, and some viral video here of seniors eating marijuana brownies. I went on to look at films. There's quite a few of them, some old, some relatively new. And television, we found an online website that is devoted primarily to giving you resources for where to look for information on television and marijuana. Simpsons episodes, a food show on how to make marijuana munchies, Family Guy, game show, this kind of thing. Move on to fashion. You can see there's quite a wide variety of things for men and women. All your sources then must come from pop culture. What you don't want to do then is to start to collect information about the actual product, how many people smoke it, whether it's smoked more by what age group, that sort of thing. We want to see that in pop culture. We don't want to know what it is in terms of the real marijuana use. So this is just a sampling of the kind of information that one might use. Now I want you to sort it by category. So in the outline, you're going to list television, and then you're going to list the number of places. When you do this, make sure that you also do it in a way that is very specific. So if you say Simpsons, I want to know what the episode is, describe the episode, and provide the link in your outline. So your outline itself is a Word doc. You should use visuals to represent what the link is referring to. A link on its own is not terribly helpful to me. You should also use a screen capture if you're looking at a video clip, and this could run up to 10 pages depending on how large you make your images. Your purpose is to get between 15 and 25 topics or sources. When you move on to the essay, then it's based on the outline. It's really important that you take that outline that's been graded and suggestions that have been made on it. You want to analyze as opposed to taking your outline and writing television and then filling in the blanks, if you will. So you want to take those sources and try and use theory to describe them. So here's what I mean by that. Take all of the sources you have, dump them into some kind of device in your brain, and that device could be, okay, this is the gender. So then you sift through that information, and as you sift it, you'll find that for your topic there might be a great deal of young men of a certain age, for marijuana for instance, that are represented in pop culture, whereas in real life there's probably not quite that bias towards men versus women. So then gender might be important to you. Did you find an overwhelming number of sources that depicted one sex over another? And if so, what is the gender orientation of that sex? If there's no indication and there's not a strong differential based on sex, then don't worry about it, move on to the next. If we look again here for marijuana, we could see that for Jamaica, for instance, there's a strong national association with the product. There could also be an association with British Columbia, BC Bud. So Canada might be an instance of nation that is depicted in pop culture and related to marijuana. You could also look for ethnicities and race. Is there a dominant race depicted that uses the drug? These general characteristics then, now it's time for you to take those characteristics and write your essay. It should run 4 pages, double-spaced, between 750 and 1,000 words. Be very specific. So if you're referring to The Simpsons, again, be referring to a very specific episode. In your essay, you do not include your video clips and you do not include your images. You refer to them. They're in the outline. I can look at the outline and know what it is you're referring to. So don't include pictures or links in the actual essay itself. Your graded outline must be attached, and to be clear then, without a graded outline with an approved topic that is not attached to your paper, your essay portion of the assignment will be graded at 0. So it's absolutely essential that you have your graded outline, that you don't lose it. What this should not be then is your list, your outline, just expanded upon. What you want to do is take those topics, take those sources, and sift them into separate categories. So write a category, title it gender, title nation, title ethnicity, class, whatever the item is for your particular topic, and then make a list of which things refer to that. So you need to add meaning then to that collection. This is the rubric for the actual essay assignment. And you can see that a lot of the grades come from the way that you've written it, the kinds of sources which comes right out of your outline, and the way in which you've argued your topic. Your final presentations then will be following the essays when they've been returned. They will run 15 minutes and they'll be based on your outline. If you're willing to go first, please let me know. That's always a bonus for me to not have to assign someone who doesn't really want to go first. And participation is the final part of the assignment. You'll be required to attend the sessions where your colleagues are presenting. The attendance is actually only worth 0.25, but it's your comments that you make about your fellow students' papers and presentations that will earn you the extra grade then, and altogether that's worth 10%. If you have any questions, concerns, or queries, please ask me. I'm more than happy to help you and have some fun.